Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, One Quest. I am your host and DM, JC Dimmer. I'm exploring chat today. I am here with these three nerds because, math is hard. And that man pointing at me, putting his earbuds in, getting ready to rock and roll with the Godsmack shirt on. That is Godsmack, right? I did read that right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it is.
That is one Tom M. Norman playing Doug this morning. How you
Ready to
doing, Doug?
rock out with my feathers out.
Kinda works.
That was gonna get weird.
Kind of.
Well, I'm Eric
Do
Cockrum.
they go up like
I'm like a peacock.
peacock? Yeah, you're a cock. That that other man in the blue shirt there is one Ryan Krixis cooked up. How you doing this morning, bud?
Hey. Oh, doing fantastic. Hoping that Wisconsin has a better sports day than yesterday. Badger victory was elusive, and so I'm hoping the Packers can come through.
They should be able to. They're playing the Purple People Eaters, so speaking
We'll
of
see.
purple things. That last man there in the
Wow.
green is one Jeff Jacob Williams. How are you doing this morning, bud?
Good. Yeah, good thing it's not a home game today. It's been raining for like 24 hours.
Man, those would be the fun ones.
I love those wet games.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that
to
playoff
sit
game in
in the-
'94 against the 49ers? They're all muddy, and then Desmond Howard missed the kickoff in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
The groundskeepers don't love these games. I'm sure.
No, they don't. They do
I
not at all.
would not want to sit in the stands either.
And
Personally.
if you've been watching Welcome to Wrexham on Fox, no plug intended. I'm just thoroughly enjoying the show. You know that these fields are not cheap. They laid down a
that's
brand new field for $100K. After the first game, it was torn to shit because it wasn't very good quality. So they ended up spending another $200K repairing it or replacing it.
Ain't it great?
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
so instead of spending $200K off the bat, they ended up spending close to $400K getting it right.
That sounds right.
Oh, Jeff, you got a recap maybe, and maybe a limerick?
I do. So last episode we crossed the ballroom in the tower and came to an invisible bridge. After finding our way across that, we and with rocks and ice falling outside continually hitting the tower and the barrier on the tower, we walked into a mirrored room with a hologram of a bald man. He gave us some information and opened a door that transported us to an oval room with a door that had a crystal above it and two patches of darkness that appeared to be magic swords, which we ended up having to fight. It was quite a brutal battle when they did get a hit, and Doug was only saved by the essence of Aranon, saving him at 1 hit point at that point. Tika was killed again. This is, I think, the second time today she's been killed. And we blasted the crystal open to get through the barrier, to get through the doors. Krixis was the first one through and triggered a trap that started to turn him to stone. It slowed him down first, and they eventually just turned him to stone while Doug and Jacob tried and failed to save him with nothing available. We came into a room with 8 doors. Scant knew the masters of the rooms or of the schools to get the doors open. Around that time, we recognized that the things hitting the tower and potentially the city moving was causing the tower to be unsteady, so we don't know how long it's going to stand. The room we walked into had 8 chairs facing a starry miasma, and we saw that Veleen's footprints apparently looked like they went into it. And before we were able to step through, camera pan back to Krixis, and he is cured of his petrification by a feminine hand on his shoulder, which, as I was thinking was going to be the Ice Queen, turned out to be a reappearance of Eliana. So that is where we ended up. And the gang and some shadow swords sparred until Krixis runs by with no regard. He's sick of this crap, but triggers a trap. Then we all watch as Krixis gets hard.
Sounds
It was
a
worth
bit
it.
bit voyeuristic. I like it.
It's totally worth it.
Okay. So,
It's
On
fun
that
games.
note,
feminine figure pulls her hood back and looks at you, Krixis, and says, I knew you'd end up in trouble, old man.
Krixis immediately grabs Ellie and holds her tight.
Big hug. Warm
Big
embrace.
hug.
You guys, there's another when you actually hold each other to keep on your feet. Doug, you go ahead and pop up and you should flap your wings and land. Yeah, Ben, now it's starting to become a common thing that you're not thinking about. Jacob, I do need a dexterity saving throw from you, though, as the whole tower shifts again.
Oops, I left the fuzzy dice on from last week. Oh, good roll at the end. 19.
19, yeah, easily. You do make a perception check, Jacob specifically.
Unlikely. 6.
6, yeah. Yep, the tower swing. Ellie kind of steadies herself and backs away from you and said, where are the others?
Was Krixis fully able to perceive while he was in stone? Otherwise, he would not know.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't know.
We
He
may
would have
left
entered
the
one of
door
the
open,
doors.
Yeah, I'll say there is a door that ahead of you of these 8 doors that is open. That's kind of swaying with the tower. It's kind of opening and closing and opening and closing, but the tower is shifted enough now that it's hitting the door frame and it's not locking or latching.
Well, then
'Cause it's
Krixis would tell her, if you didn't see them back where you came from, they be in that door.
And she kind of holds her hand out after you.
Krixis looks back at her, and last time I entered a door without looking first, I ended up a stone figure.
All right. She walks over. She walks over to the door and she pushes it and just kind of looks at the floor. Looking in, she sees Jacob, and a Aarakocra that she doesn't know. Jacob! And Jacob, you hear her clearly. Little taken aback that she's here.
Whoa. What are you doing here? And
Even his ass,
how's
apparently.
Krixis?
Krixis is standing there. He's free. Krixis, your bag of holding's missing. It doesn't take you long to realize that it's on one of their backs, along with anything else of value that was on you.
Yeah, I think it was just a bag. I think
I think
we
just a
took,
bag. Oh, because
we took
everything
the
else would have turned to
potions.
stone.
Yeah, we turned the potion, or we took the potions and used them, I think, but which were in the back. I think those were in his backpack, but just the bag of holding was the only thing that seemed useful enough for the quest.
Yeah.
So I'll give him back his bag of holding, but then I'll go take mine from Doug that I never took back.
So Ellie walks through the door, realizing that the door's been opened, and they walked in. She walks through confidently. I kind of glance over her shoulder and was like, come on. Safe. So what are...
Hey, Ellie, you met Doug?
No. Doug, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Doug is just kind of giving her the side eye, like, who is this lady and how did she get here and why do we know her?
You're looking at her, and actually she does look very suspicious because all you see is a cloaked woman.
Mm-hmm.
that's got a shield on her back, and
I
she at your suspicion, she takes her cloak and kind of flips it over to the side, and you can tell that she's in full, I think chainmail, and she's got a religious symbol on her. You can tell very quickly that she's a cleric.
okay.
Now
And
might be a good time for Doug to ask her how she made it past the boundary.
that is a great question.
And to metagame just a hair. Krixis. Do you ask her?
Yeah, Doug
Yeah.
would. Because I'm very suspicious. I would say, "Woman, throw back your hood so I can look upon your face." And how
Well,
did you get past that barrier?
Her hood is back. She
Okay.
does the one part of her cloak. It was tied and draped
gotcha.
down the middle, so she
Okay.
threw them over the one shoulder, so she kind of reveals her mace and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I would ask her though.
She looks at you deadpan and says, "What barrier?"
The one that we had to go through. It must be gone with the shifting of the building, with the shifting of the city.
I was gonna say it's more than the building. The city is shifting, and I don't know why, and I don't want to know why. But we need to get out of here.
I would agree, but we need to go through this portal.
What's through this portal?
We're chasing. It's a long story, but we have to go.
Doug's
Veleen ran ahead of us. We think she might have maybe be responsible for this.
Doug goes. I'm gonna go through the portal.
I did not trust her one bit. So you step into the star field, and you are transported into. Let's see, it takes you into where? Y19N, I think. Oh, wait. Y19Q. Ooh. I did not look at this. Oh, there we go. Y19. That makes sense. Sorry. Scrolling to Q.
Am I going to a different place on the map?
Yeah, Y19Q. The upper part of that, above the stairs there. Kind of in the northern cutout there, up on that platform, is where you end up. Looking around, there are tables and stuff covered with different wizardly paraphernalia, different magic bits and baubles and experiments. It's all covered with a thick layer of dust. Below, there is a door in what looks to be like a cylinder that comes straight up through the room. That door is hanging open.
Do we see any movement, or is there anything happening in this room other than just a door and a cylinder?
You see the door just kind of hanging there and that cylinder there. Everything else, make a perception check.
$15.
Sitting on one of the tables is just a mess of stuff. It looks like something was picked up from the table and broke a significant amount of stuff as it pulled it off the sides. There is dust, like footprints in the dust that lead to that door. but it ran to that table first, whatever it was.
Did everybody else follow me?
I'm back to the other room. Did everyone follow? Doug walks into this star field and slowly just and is gone.
Before I go into that area, I give Eliana from the bag of holding that I know is in there the potion of cold resistance.
She grabs that right away and proceeds to. How long does that last?
It would last an hour if she took it.
She says, "Thank you. I'm good right now, but if I feel cold," she puts it on her belt, ready to slam it if need be.
And then I'll walk through.
You walk through and you find yourself like standing like right in Doug's wings. like if feathers made you sneeze, you'd sneeze.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
You're
so
right
soft.
there. Doug, something suddenly appears behind you. Downy. As Krixis appears behind you. They're in very close proximity to you, like right in between your wings.
Yeah, so I mean, you're gonna want to cuddle with me after this anytime we have a camp and hotel, because yeah, I am Goose Downy Soft.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
so I'm gonna be annoyed. I'm gonna be like, "Get the fuck are you doing?" And I'm gonna step forward into the room more.
Okay, you step forward up to that ledge.
I'll just say, you ready for whatever we're walking into, Ellie? And then I'll see if we can time it so we both go through at the same time.
She grabs her mace and then her shield, and she's like, "I don't know what's on the other side." Okay, let's go. She kind of walks. She's a little ahead of you, but she goes through, and sees the two of them standing ahead of her, and kind of walks in. She's like, "Wow, this place is strange." You walk through, yes, with her.
Yep. Yep.
So you
Yep.
come through on the other side. We are missing Tika, right? Tika is not alive.
Yep.
Right?
Tika's gone.
She's
Correct. I don't know where Professor Scant was. I think.
You think he got thrown back in the bag?
Oh, so then I've got him.
I'm assuming.
No, I mean, with all the stuff that was going on, I mean,
You
he's
left
just
him out.
he's free balling out there.
Okay, so he's floating on his hand. He cast his free ball. He's floating on his mage hand. He actually, just before you go through, he's like, "What? Wait!" And that's the last you hear.
And then, like a proper cartoon, you see an arm reach out and grab him and pull him through.
Yoink. Now I gotta cast Mage Hand again. Shit. It's a rare moment you hear him swear.
Yeah, he might be safer in a bag.
You gonna put me in the bag?
Well, tell us what you know about this room here.
There's a door there. This is near the top of the tower. This is very clearly a wizard's study, lab, place. Someone went through here. Holy cow! Look at that table. There's a bunch of like shattered glass and stuff that got broken over there.
Doug is gonna go down by the door because that's clearly the only place where Veleen could have gone.
All right. Go by the door. You open the door and it is dark. Like unnaturally dark in front of you. Like magically dark in front of you. But that's where the footsteps lead as well. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Remember, you get
Doug.
+4
if they're within how 30 feet of you?
10.
10 feet of you. They aren't all within 10 feet of you.
19.
21.
Oh, I suppose I got to do this for Ellie. She needs a dexterity saving throw. Oh, this is not good for her. Oh, wait. I got to do saving throw and not. Oh, does it matter? No, it does not. Gee. Krixis?
I guess it's 2. Krixis just experienced something where his die said 19, and the number that came across on D&D Beyond said 1.
I've seen that before.
So,
Go with the dice.
it says 2, so I'll say it 2.
Two. You and Ellie both go to grab each other for support and end up on your asses. Jacob, you are fine. Doug, what did you have for a dexterity saving throw?
19.
19. Okay, yes, you are fine. Doug and Jacob, I need perception checks from you two.
Ten. I'm in suspense.
Me too. 14.
14. Yeah, it's the tower's swaying.
I'm gonna look around behind me and just yell, "Hurry up, you fools! This needs to end now." And I'm gonna go into the blackness.
You step into the blackness.
Uh-huh.
So Krixis is gonna result in giving Jacob some bardic inspiration.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just like, with Ellie here, we cannot lose. We're in the perfect position. Let's finish this for the people.
Jacob is inspired.
Jacob is inspired. Ellie gets up, she kind of goes, jumps down off that ledge towards the door, and kind of looks at it, looks at the blackness beyond where Doug just disappeared into, and kind of puts her hand in there. Hold. Who's going next? She's not going without you guys. She knows you two.
Krixis
She's
will
not gonna
go
follow him blindly. She doesn't know anything about him.
After I give my inspirational speech, then Krixis will go through.
The second Krixis goes through, are you nearby, Jacob?
I would have been walking up to it.
You would have been walking up to it, so you see Krixis go through it. Ellie grabs your shirt or a strap on you or something, says, "Come on!" Follows him immediately and doesn't give you much of a chance unless you resist. I mean, you do have a chance to resist this.
Fine.
She grabs you and says, "Come on!" You guys all are teleported to a somewhat familiar location. It is very cold. You think you may even be outside right now, and before you is this massive orb that you seem to be seeing from a different angle than you first saw it, where you fought a giant outside of the tower when you first arrived in the city.
We're
Standing,
at the base?
Yeah. Standing at right up next to this orb with a staff in it, shoved in the back end of the staff is if a staff's 6 feet tall, the bottom 3 feet of it are in that, and there's a magical glow around both the orb and Veleen as she's frozen in position with this magical aura around her. I need dexterity saving throws again.
Is everybody within 10 feet of me this time?
Yes.
18.
So they get a plus what?
4.
Plus 4.
14.
13.
20 for Ellie. Yeah, you all maintain your feet. No perception check is required. I need someone to roll a D8 for me.
Not it.
If you look at the
Not
map.
it.
Okay, Krixis,
All
you
right.
roll a D8 for me. If you look at the map, you have the spire, the grand tower in the middle of it. 4.
4.
Okay. At that moment, the city is on like a plate and it's trying to pull up out of the ice. It's trying to move out of the ice. And there is a fissure that splits below your feet, pushing 2 of you to each side of the fissure. And when that fissure happens, the legs snap out from one side of the tower and it goes down to the southwest. I need dexterity saving throw from everyone as this tower collapses above you.
Oh. Ugly. 7. Remember +4.
7. Oh, yeah, 11.
Dirty 20.
All right. Would you like to do anything, Jacob? Actually, everyone roll a D10. I'll figure out who's on what side of this fissure.
Five.
That pretty much solves the issue
9.
and would make sense.
8.
Yep. Okay. So, Ellie and Jacob, you are on the west side of the fissure, and Krixis and Doug are on the east side of the fissure as this tower collapses, and it collapsed towards the east side of the fissure. Both of you are going to take. Oh, let's see. Both of you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as Krixis and Doug,
Okay.
as the parts of the tower collapse on you.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Are you down?
No. I just,
Very well.
I'm bloodied.
You look around, you take a quick assessment as that tower going down was kind of a big thing. It becomes very calm. Veleen is screaming. She is underneath the orb, the lower half of her body crushed. She is screaming for help. She is screaming to be let out. It's almost incoherent.
Sweet Christmas. Which side of the fissure is she on?
She is on the east side of the fissure. That giant orb is cracked down the middle where the staff was. And her body is pinned under it. Her legs up to like waist is pinned under it. And she's clawing and grabbing at it. And you can actually, as you watch her, she is frantic. And you see as she grabs, I can't believe I'm describing this, as she's grabbing and clawing at the ice and rock, one of her fingernails comes off as she's just trying to pull herself out from underneath it. She's gone mad.
Ew, gross. Doug,
Good idea.
you said she's on the east side and we're on the east side. So,
Yeah.
Doug, I'm going to run up to it and use my shield and use one of those discharges from the shield to try to push the orb off of her.
Push the orb off of her. How much? What is the discharge do?
It's a battering shield.
Yeah.
Battering shield.
It's essentially like if you push something, you can use your shield to, instead of just pushing it away, it can actually knock it further and prone.
Yep.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Just charge the orb and make an attack roll to push that off.
Any modifiers to it?
Whatever your attack roll modifier is. Your
Do the
you're
talents.
proficient in shields. Do your strength and your proficiency bonus.
14 plus 2, and proficiency is plus 4, so 6. 20.
Yeah, you hit it and you push it, and it rolls off of her, and a whole section of the ground near this fissure collapses away as the orb and everything goes falling. Her bottom half of her body is mangled.
Quick, put her in the bag of holding. Let's get the hell out of here.
What you say?
No.
She is now she has stopped screaming, but she is still she's doing the Peter Griffin.
Ah!
Not holding her legs because they're kind of crushed, but yeah, she is her breathing is weak. She is near death, honestly. And you hear a scream in the distance. An icy, cold, ear-piercing scream, almost like feedback from a speaker, as Arl steps out from around the corner.
Oh shit, it's on.
Roll initiative.
I have like 5 things to do before initiative.
I'll give you all one. I will give you one, as you all get one action to do as Doug was pushing the boulder off of her.
Where did Veleen come from? Or not Veleen, where did Oral come from?
She came from she's on the west side. She's on your and Ellie's side. This fissure is probably about 50, no, I shouldn't say probably about. This fissure is 50 feet deep and 20 feet wide.
Okay. Oh man. It's probably the worst but weirdest use of something. Okay, once I saw the fissure was there, I would have started preparing it. So then once Oral appeared, I think this would have been my action so that the rest of them could deal with it. I'm going to use the scroll of Wall of Ice, if I can, and create a ice bridge across the chasm.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I love it. You lay the wall down on its side.
Art.
Yeah. Made up
and
ice.
make it as thick as I can and still bridge the gap with a reasonable overlap, so that it doesn't get destroyed.
All right. That is always the plan. There's another noise you hear. You hear roar as well. That for some reason tickles your memory, Krixis. What would you like to do? I said you have an action.
I will pull out of the bag of holding the statue of the nightmare steed.
Mm-hmm.
My original thought was to heal Veleen enough so that she could ride the horse, but I think I'll just pull it out of the bag for now and activate it if I can.
All right. Yeah. There's a nightmare steed standing in front of you as you pull this little figurine out. And what is the trigger word for this? Is it I am your nightmare?
Giddy up, bitch.
Giddy up.
Yeah, I guess
Let's
just
ride a cowboy.
Yeah.
No.
Let's
I choose you, Nightmare Steed.
Go gadget nightmare.
There you go. Go gadget nightmare. Pause it out there. Nightmare steed. That's dark black, almost magical blackness, like what you stepped in, that has a mane and a tail that looks like it's like made of fire. But as you put your hand near it, you realize it's quite cool. It's quite cool to the touch. Steal a little from Mr. Tolkien. Let's see.
It.
All right. So we need some initiative then.
I got a 14 on mine.
Let's see. Where's Ellie?
I'm assuming, John, I'm assuming my free action would have been getting that boulder off of, or
Yeah.
the ball. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said they get to do something. Oh, Ellie's got something. She can do something.
You can heal
she's
me.
gonna drink that potion. Potion of cold resistance. It's like, yeah, now seems like a good time.
That seems like a great idea.
All right, so then let's auto roll initiative. All right, and start around the just coming into view in the distance, quite a ways in the distance. Krixis, and you see a dragon. A kind of familiar, beat up, mechanical dragon that looks like it's been half-ass repaired.
Oh.
So much
But
for
that's
blowing its ass out.
That's on the edge of the city right now, pretty much outside of this cavern. Looks like it's patrolling. Doesn't look like it's interested in fighting right now, so to speak.
The Shardlin dragon?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what it looks like?
Yeah, yeah, it kind of looks like that. Looks like someone. It's kind of like cobbled together with like ice and other bits and wood and.
Oh man! So
Maybe
Veleen
a little
said she
magic, a
knew
little love.
like someone took a mechanical dragon repair class and wasn't very good at it.
Trying to remember how that ended. Then Veleen knew somebody who could take care of getting rid of it. Apparently, they didn't just get rid of it.
They may have had some issues. Those people getting rid of it, like one certain ice queen that needed something to fly on.
Makes sense.
All right.
Jacob,
Cool.
it is your turn.
I'm on top here with a 15.
You are on top with. Well, no, the dragon was at 18, but
It's good to be the
Okay.
king on top.
he is far away and not paying attention to the fight yet because he doesn't know what
He's
began.
just letting you know he's there.
Yep. He was
All
where
right.
in the initiative order was where I was going to reveal him. So he's number one. So you see the dragon now.
And I probably never might never have come up in the storytelling of the dragon, or at least not specifically enough. How close is Oral?
Oral is 30 feet away.
Okay, and I have never met her before.
No, but she does not look friendly.
She obviously looks like icy. Oh man,
Looks like a giant ice statue thing, spider, pokey lady.
the dichotomy of if I bring in Tika, she's immune to cold. I can bring her in immune to cold, and I'd be resistant to cold. Or I could bring her in as fire, and then she'd have some fire abilities. I feel like the defensiveness is what I'm going to need here. So I will use my action to... I got to use a spell slot to do it. I will use my last first level spell slot to bring Tika in, and I'll put her halfway between Oral and myself, and I will bring her in as cold. So she's white and icy.
Someone's got to say this. You can bring her in warm, or you can bring her in cold. I was waiting for one of you two.
And then
Oh,
bonus
yes.
action, bonus action, I'll command Tika to attack if threatened.
Okay.
I'm not going to send her closer, so she's about 15 feet from me, and then I will. Since it kind of dawns on me that Ellie might never have seen Tika, that I'll say, "Don't worry, the Drake is mine. That's Tika," and let her process that in the moment. And then Tika will take the action of holding or readying the action of attack if enemy comes within melee.
All right. Doug.
So there's two ways. Actually,
Warm
there's
or
only
cold?
one way I can play it. God damn it, John. Go sit in the corner. Think about what you just did. There's two ways I can play this. So I know who Oral is. Doug does not know who Oral is. Well, Doug knows who Oral is, but has he ever seen her before? So that's where I am struggling
No, but I
with.
think you guys would have had conversations about her.
You would know
Um,
who she is, but yeah, you haven't physically seen her.
Thanks for that one, Kirch.
So I will. Can I take the free action of saying, "Is this her?"
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
You can say, "Is this her?" and take a defensive, hold an action to attack,
well.
even until someone clarifies.
Yeah, I'm going
That can
to.
be your trigger.
I'm going to actually say that and hold my movement and action because I want
You
to
can-
take
action.
flight.
You can only hold an
One,
action.
one or the other.
Okay, so I will say that and then take flight, just like, within shouting distance. So,
Okay. Where
20,
do you fly specifically?
20 feet in the air. I'm going to hover over. Jacob is closer, so I'm going to hover over Jacob.
Okay.
Um,
So you fly up and get above Jacob.
Yeah.
And then just ask. And then you're going to hold what?
My action.
Wait, what action? An attack? Or you need to hold something specific. You can't say your action.
Well, I was hoping to hold this as fun, but initial my plan is to fly over the top of her and drop all 5 fireballs on her. The necklace.
Shit. Okay. It's an action to throw 1 bead.
Oh, I can't drop all 5 on her?
No.
Fuck.
Not unless you
No,
want to
it's
give
not-
her the necklace.
I
And
think you can throw the whole.
She'd be glad to use it. I'm
You
sure.
might want to check that. You might be able to throw.
Because
I
I can
don't think
cast it at level 5.
The number of beads increases the level of the spell.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah, because
So
I
you
have
get
a
a level 5 fireball on?
Yeah, it's 10d6 damage.
Okay.
So
Then you can hold a
so
level 5 fireball. You can just throw the necklace and activate it.
if you do them one at a time, they're all 3rd level. But if you do it, you can increase the level by each bead beyond the first.
Okay. Okay, so then you can hold your action to throw the beads at her. That will be your use of the necklace. And your trigger is someone saying, yes, that's her.
Yeah, my trigger will be either her coming within closer, like a good range, or because at that point,
Technically,
while she's 30 feet away, there isn't really much better range.
yeah,
you can. It says you can throw the beads up to 60 feet away, and you're in the air, so you probably have pretty good visual.
Yeah.
so that'll be my trigger is somebody affirming that this is indeed somebody that needs to be blown the fuck up.
And Jacob and Ellie have not seen her, so we would be assuming if we were to confirm it. So
Yep.
you're gonna need a Krixis.
Almost on cue. Krixis, it's your turn.
Krixis says, "Of course, that is the Lady Ice Kiss, the warden of this icy prison the 10 towns are held in. She is our mortal enemy and the reason we are here. Take her down, destroy her."
All right. That's your cue.
All right, dexterity 15. Roll them dice.
Dex 15. The 12 suit ya.
I'm
This
rolling
is a level. If you're
level
throwing
5.
them all, hold on. It starts out as a third level, so each additional bead goes up from third level.
Yep.
It says say 5. It says 5 charges on your sheet, which
So
would make it a
third.
level 7.
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right.
It's the level 7 fireball.
12d6 coming at you, John.
Listen to all those roll.
Mm-hmm.
46 damage. 46 fire damage.
46 damage. This seems to do.
If you say nothing, I'm going to shit my pants and throw my chair out the window.
She sneezes.
You throw this necklace of fireballs at her. All of the charges. It goes sailing. It's a hope. And you throw, and it hits the ground. And I need a dexterity saving throw from Tika because you said Tika was halfway between the 30 feet, which is 15, which puts her in. Oh no! Wait.
Yeah.
If it's a 20-foot. Oh yeah, radius. Yep, she's in range of it. As this fireball just explodes out.
It's a 13.
It's a 13. Does that save?
No, it does not.
No. So Tika will
Sorry,
take
Jeff.
46 fire damage.
She's not dead, but she's not
She ain't happy.
not happy.
I'm getting better.
As the fire kind of calms down from this, all the points and like edges of her body have been like melted down dull. She ended up taking 92 points of damage from this as she is vulnerable to fire. So it did way more than you thought it was going to do. And
Right.
she screams. And it echoes throughout, and there is a response in the air of a dragon. And that echoes back. And he hasn't done anything yet because it's not his turn, but he's aware now.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna continue my turn if that's
Yes.
cool.
I'm so happy with those
Um,
results.
Nice shooting, Ted.
As a continuation
Whoa. Nice shooting, Dex.
of my inspirational speech, I'm going to use my Mantle of Inspiration ability. Grant 5 temporary hit points to all of our key players.
Ooh.
And
Temporary hit points.
each of those players, each of those individuals can move up to their movement speed.
Additionally?
And so yeah, right now.
Oh,
Without
right
provoking
now.
any right
Oh,
now
fuck.
without provoking an opportunity attack.
Nice.
I can move how far?
Is Tika included in that?
Up to your movement speed. So yeah, that was my thought is it possible that Tika could have used that and evaded if I would have timed it appropriately.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I would say that.
Sadly, she would have went in, I think.
Yeah, honestly, she probably would have ran in to
Okay,
attack.
fair.
So
That
we
doesn't
can
change
wish
anything, but
15
okay.
feet. It's up to Jeff if he wants her in closer or at the 15 feet she is right.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I think
Fair.
she was with Krixis yelling that out. Tika would have been compelled to attack because that's what Krixis was kind of yelling about. So, I guess Tika would make an attack. Then they're ready to action to attack when she gets there.
And
Does a
So-
15 hit?
15 hit her. Let's pull this back up. No, 15 just misses.
Okay. And Tika's action has been spent.
So
She's distracted
Krixis
by getting blown up.
is going to move a little closer as part of that, but also I am looking around at I know Doug's taking damage, and I just saw Tika take some damage.
Mhm.
So I think my play is to cast a second level Cure Wounds on Tika, because I just saw her like really take the brunt of some damage.
Cure Wounds is a touch spell.
Oh, that's right. So I have to use Healing Word.
Uh,
So
I don't know that it's going to matter. She's at like 9. And she's
okay.
in melee. So
Well, that's
save.
probably okay. So then instead,
Oh yeah, and Healing Word is a bonus action, so you already used your bonus action
oh
for
fair.
your.
So I'll be curing wounds myself then, because
Okay.
I need some healing, and that's the entire intent of all of this, is to heal myself a little bit.
Yep.
So
And then does your horsey need
shit.
a thing? How does the horsey work?
He is a friend to us, but I believe he makes his own decisions. So let me look at that.
If y'all got a screen where you can throw it up and you want to throw up Owlbear Rodeo, we can run this. It might not be on the stream, but it'll give you an idea where everything is. I threw it up just same password as before.
Would you like to text me that password, because I was not a part of that fun?
I don't say it out loud because I don't want a bunch of people jumping in here and screwing with it. But yes, somehow I will text you that. Actually, here, if I do this, oops, I got to use the proper mouse to do this. And the proper keyboard.
See if I did it right.
I send you a message in a direct message in Discord, Norm. So
All right. And then so what I'm doing with the figurine of wondrous power again is part of my speech, clearly communicating to the nightmare, which it can understand my commands to attack our mortal enemy, the Lady Ice Kiss. But it does have apparently a 10% chance to ignore my order each turn,
jeez.
which
Roll
is new. I
percentile
didn't
then. Choose high or
realize
low.
that.
Let's go low. If you're in the bottom 10%, he doesn't listen.
Okay.
Roll percentile for it. So is that you and Tika right now, Jeff?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, 16. So just out of the bottom 10%.
He listens. So I will let you guys get no bear rodeo. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, yep. And then you were 30 feet away, so we actually got to move you a little bit closer, Jeff. Like here. The big swirly thing is her. Here, let me. I know there's a skeleton. Let me throw that out there for Veleen. It's Veleen. I need Ellie too.
So I'm
Whoa,
gonna
just
throw
happened.
myself. I'm gonna throw myself out there. Then is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, put yourself out there. Ellie is going to be. This, I think. This will be Ellie. She's on the side with.
don't forget, everyone, that you get it's that extra amount of temporary hit points. So
Yep,
that
Yep.
I got
Yep.
that.
Throw that in.
Yeah, 5 temporary hit points for each individual.
So Tika would have lost 5 less then.
Yep. And then I want to do this. This is the bridge and ended up across here.
That's a
Oh,
beautiful
Doug,
drawing.
you're in the air, isn't it? So then we need Krixis. You and your horse are on the opposite side of the cavern. You're on the side that Veleen's on, somewhere. And you said you sent your horse across the bridge then, and he listened.
He did listen, and I sent him to attack. So
All right.
he has a speed of 60 feet
Oh shit!
and can fly at 90 feet because apparently it flies.
Oh, fun.
And
Yeah,
it
he'd get to her, no issue.
sheds bright light if that ever comes up. But it does have a melee weapon attack of hooves, which have +6 to hit, 2d8 +4, and adds 2d6 fire damage.
Ooh.
So
That
it is
is kind of
relevant.
awesome. I will put here this thing, this little token. He runs up to her and call this nightmare. There's the nightmare. It's up on Veleen, or not on Veleen, on the oral. Then we just need Krixis on the map. Are you
I'm
gonna?
sorry.
It's okay.
I was
You're taking your turn, dude. Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of sprung
So-
this on you guys.
I tell you though, I am moving up as close to her as I can. Actually, I'm gonna join the rest of my team,
Okay.
like kind of fireball formation in the team, but
Yeah.
kind of
Here,
like
I'll put a
an
token out there.
Avengers
Okay. There you go.
pose.
Got it.
All
Yeah,
right,
go up.
thanks.
You'll be on the other side though because you had to come across the bridge. So I moved you to the other side.
Yeah, I added him
All
on
right.
there.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
And I don't
And how
recall
far-
I don't recall the passcode for Owlbear earlier.
Okay.
So
Can you?
maybe just text
Who's
me
next?
somebody.
Oh,
I'll
Ellie's
text you.
next. Yeah. Someone text him. So, and then let's see. Ellie is next. So Ellie is going to turn and look at Krixis, who is not looking so hot. And because Doug is flying above, she can't actually reach him. He doesn't look very good either. But she is going to turn to Krixis, and she is going to. Let's see, where is she? Oh, she's standing right next to him.
How are you doing, Krixis?
I'm okay. I mean, I just added 16 to myself during that turn with the 5 temporary and 11, so I'm feeling
Okay.
I was gonna say, is this reading right? At 44 is what you're at, plus the 5 temporary.
Yeah, the only thing I have to check is because I have that special feature that adds some additional points to me, but I'm checking right now to see if it adds that when I cast the spell on myself.
Okay.
And I don't
I
recall. So the difference
it
would be
does.
like 5 or 6. So
I think it does.
yeah, it
Yep.
does. So it's
2
2
plus the
plus
spell slot.
2, so it's 4 more.
Or more. So
Yep,
Ellie's
so
I'm
at
actually gonna look
48.
at you and say, "Are you okay?" Like she holds a
Good.
hand up, like she's healed you before. You're both clerics. She said, "Are you good?"
I'm good. Focus on her.
Oh, the attack missed. That's right. I was gonna say, did the steed attack? And it did, but it missed. She is going to drop. She's gonna drop a. Where's her thing with the stuff?
Well, of course, the thing with the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Her spiritual weapon. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. She's gonna drop her spiritual weapon in behind. Oh, what do I want to make the spiritual weapon? I guess it doesn't matter.
Flaming
Yeah.
torch.
Flaming torch.
Then shove it up her butt.
Yeah,
Actually, this
that's
looks kind of
bludgeoning.
like this looks like a weapon. That'll be good. Right behind her, upper butt. This is a spiritual weapon, and then that's gonna attack. Hello, D&D Beyond, why you're not responding? There we go. Haha. 14, which misses.
She seems very evasive so
shit.
far.
I didn't mean to do that way. Okay, that's why. Haha. Couldn't see it. Spiritual weapon misses. That's her bonus action. She is actually going to then take a step back here. And there. I don't know where she's going. She's going right there. She's stepping back. Let's see, Doug, you're in the air. She's going to bless. Can she do that? No, she can't. It's got to be a cantrip. She is going to Sacred Flame at Lady Ice Kiss. So I need a dexterity saving throw from her.
Get her! Get her!
It's a 13.
It's not sick.
That does not save for Ellie. And that will be ghetto crit. Oh no, it's a 6 and an 8. Boo. 14 points of that's radiant damage, right? Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's important.
Not fire.
It's not fire damage. 14 points of radiant damage, and that will end her turn. Moving on to Oral. All right. So she is going to attack Tika. Wow, holy cow. First attack is a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
It is 4 points of piercing damage and 16 points of cold damage.
Yeah, she's immune to cold.
Ooh.
I picked her right. She's
Second
alive.
attack with her Morning Star is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
That misses. She roars in frustration as she misses, and then she launches an ice dart at Jacob, Doug, and Krixis, one at each. Starting from the left to right, Jacob, does 18 hit you?
It does.
That is 7 points of piercing damage and 1 point of cold damage.
Oh, and half of one rounded up is still one.
Yeah.
That is accurate.
Doug, does a 12 hit you?
No.
Probably not.
Here's a question. Can I use
Yes.
a reaction to Hellish Rebuke? Or do
You
I have
need
to be
to be
actually
damaged.
hit?
You have to be damaged to
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke.
And
Okay.
And you
it's,
have
Actually,
to
you
be.
need to be
they have to be
damaged, you
within
need to
5
be
feet.
hit, I think is what it is.
Hold on. What was that?
And you have to be within 5 feet.
I don't believe...
It's a melee attack.
Oh,
but I
Hellish
don't
Rebuke
believe you need
says
to be...
60 feet.
What is the trigger? Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Oh, it is.
What is the trigger? Is it being hit or being damaged? It'll say when you are
Being damaged.
Okay. So that one missed. Krixis, your ice dart comes sailing at you. Does a 20 hit you? Probably. No,
It does not.
does
Wait,
not.
I just got to make sure I don't have any other modifiers. Okay. It does hit me
Ooh.
because I still have Shield of Faith on
Is that a
for
spell?
something else. Yeah,
It's 6
and I
points
wouldn't
of
have cast it.
6 points of piercing damage and 6 points of cold damage. That's 1 point away from ghetto critting. And then that moves us to the dragon, which has turned its head, roared, and is flying directly at you guys. You can see in the distance. You estimate there will be one more turn of travel, and then on his following turn, he will be there to fight you. Because he has. Make sure I got this right. What's his speed? His flight speed. Yeah, 90. So he's got one more turn of travel after this, and he's coming flying at you. So Jacob, back to you, sir.
All right. So many things. Oh, nice. Well, I have the Dragon Slayer longsword in my possession for the dragon. Or did we determine it wasn't actually a dragon?
It's not actually a dragon; it's a construct. We did
All right.
determine
Well,
that.
Jacob doesn't know that, so we'll see what happens.
Dragon.
All right. I use this. This is gone. The wall of ice is gone. Just checking on the ranges on some things. Feet, but that's. Gotta look at the picture now. There's so much going on.
Hey
All
Norm,
right.
while you're sitting there,
Yeah.
in the lower left corner of Owlbear Rodeo, there's an edit pencil.
Mhm.
Click on that and change your name to Doug instead of Violet Fungus.
All right. 5.
That's
15.
amazing.
It automatically assigns a name to you when you come in. So in the party in the upper right.
Which
left, I
direction
should
is the dragon coming from?
From the south, from down here. Let me grab this and throw him on there just so you can
All right.
see him. He's on his way.
Okay. I'm gonna move over to the side so I can get past Tika with it, and I am going to. And this, I don't know if it works, but it worked last weekend. I'm going to throw the beat of force. So this is my last beat of force. So she needs to make a DC 15 dex. Oh, and I'm throwing it to the point far enough behind her that it's at least 10 feet away from Tika.
Okay.
So she has to make a DC 15 dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw DC 15. That is a 17. So she
Okay.
saves. So she just takes some damage. What
She's
happens, right?
taking, yeah. So she's not going to be.
Encapsulated.
It might be cheating to encapsulate her, but okay. So the total damage is 12 force. So she would take half. Let me see. Creature that succeeded. Okay, no, she doesn't take any damage. Creatures that succeed are pushed away from the center of the sphere until they are no longer inside of it. So a 10-foot. This, it's a 10-foot radius, so 20-foot diameter. So it would have been like the square west of Oral would have been the center of it.
The center of it, so she's gonna get pushed towards the nightmare horse.
Basically, yeah.
10 feet
towards the nightmare horse, towards the chasm.
I'll see if
right?
Yep.
I'll see if I can
Yeah.
draw the.
Spasm.
We had
Good call.
we had issues drawing circles last week, but I'll see if I can do it.
They had issues
Oh, no.
attaching a circle to something.
There we go. About like that is where it appears.
Okay. So it is going to
So
push.
just push her diagonally.
Yep. So the horse is going to end up being pushed by her. And I need a dexterity saving throw from the horse, honestly. That's what I need.
Sure.
If he makes it, he can step to where you want him to step. If he fails it, he's going to be right where he is. As this large
And then it would.
ice creature is suddenly shoved at him.
It's only a 9.
It would
Yeah, so he's going to be where he is. And he will take... I'm going to roll a d6 here. That seems fair for a shove. 2 points of bludgeoning damage to the horse.
I'll track his.
Hit point somewhere.
Yep.
And then bonus action, I will have Tika attack again.
Did that did half damage to her?
No, it does no damage if they
No
save.
damage? Okay. No damage on the save. Then
So 18 to hit.
18 does hit her.
Okay, so now it's not all of this because I'm assuming she's immune to cold damage.
Yeah, she is immune to cold damage.
So it's the first. So the piercing damage is 5 plus 3 is 8.
Wow, really? She's got no resistance to piercing. That's interesting.
And
So 13 piercing, you said?
12.
12
Or, I'm
piercing.
sorry. 8 piercing.
8 piercing.
8 piercing because the cold damage wouldn't affect her. And then yeah, I'll leave Tika where she is. That's a good spot. So
Okay.
that is everything I plan to do.
I am going to say that the spiritual weapon got shifted just slightly out of the force.
Yep.
Let me see. That is Jacob. So that moves us to Doug. It is you, Doug.
So, yeah, Doug's gonna, as a bonus action, cast second level, Searing Smite. And then I am going to fly down in between. I suppose I can just do it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
move yourself.
Fly down in between.
Hey, welcome to playing with a map, Tom.
Yeah, no shit.
Make sure you have your hand selected.
Yep. I'm gonna go right about
it
there.
Should lock to a square if you hold it in the center of the square.
Yeah, is that how you want me to do it? Do you want me to stay in a square?
If you can stay inside a square.
Okay.
That's
All right. That's where I will be
perfect.
then.
All right.
And I'm going to attack with my mace. Hiya!
Okay.
19 hits, hopefully.
Yes, 19 does hit her.
All right, so that'll be 6 plus. Shit, what is it now? Is it 2d6?
Searing Smite.
Searing Smite. 2d6 at level. 2d6 at level 2.
Okay. So 6 plus whatever your 2d6 is.
6 plus 8. So 14. And that 8 is fire damage.
That 8 is fire, so that's 16, and then 6 is 22. Huh. It's really interesting that it is 22. The ice that is standing, when you smite her, you hit her with you do the bludgeoning damage, and then the fire damage follows through on that, and the ice cracks and shatters and collapses to the floor, kind of pushing out to the side. And standing in the spot where she was is 1 second. A ball of bright white glowing light. And you hear the dragon roar in the background. And we'll stop there.
Just so you know, for next week, I still have my second attack. Oh, that's amazing. That's a great place to stop.
It is a fantastic
a lot of
place
damage.
to stop.
Nice work, man.
You want to hear something really funny? She had 22 hit points. This form had 22 hit points left. You did just enough to destroy this form.
Nice.
Awesome.
So what you see before you is her third form. Because you defeated her first form when you first encountered her.
Oh, that's right.
Dun, 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 dun,
So you
dun,
have
dun, dun.
Oral's third form and a dragon incoming.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Get him!
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are Two Nerds One Quest. We are here every, most Sunday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Twitch.tv/TomMNorm, TOMMNORM. You can find us wherever you want. We live in Green Bay. That's where we're at. Now we're on Twitter, twitter.com/2nerds1quest. Number 2 nerds, number 1 quest.
It makes me feel good that you messed this up because I didn't know it last week.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm out of practice.
And he knows it.
Yep. I'm out of practice.
Yeah.
Follow us, give us some reviews, get the podcast. Usually drops Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. For the patrons, the podcast usually drops somewhere between 11 and 12 today on the day that it is done. So you get it almost a full day before everybody else. You also get the edited or unedited versions in Patreon. The podcast that comes out on Mondays does not have the pre and post show chat. So just $1 a month gets you essentially, usually, especially during winter, four shows for $1 with unedited content. So you get all the fun stuff. Not that, the hour and a half in between isn't fun.
Yeah.
But wherever you get your podcast from, give us a ratings and reviews. We'd love to see what you have to say about the show. We'd love to get those reactions. And iTunes or Apple Podcasts is fixed. Apparently that was down for about a month and a half, and I did not know that. But that is all.
We had a lot of weeks off when it was down, and because the only reason I knew it was down is because I usually listen like in the morning before we go on. I listen to the end of the previous show to, if I didn't listen to it during the week, I went to look at it. I'm like, oh, it's not the episode I thought it was, so I had to go to YouTube.
Yeah, and YouTube is where all of our VODs live after they are removed from Twitch. Twitch holds them for a month, I think. But the VOD goes onto YouTube. Usually within a week or two of us doing the show. So you can go to our YouTube channel, just search for 2 Nerds 1 Quest. You'll find us there. Go to bit.ly/OurFunDiscord. Join our Discord, have some discussions with us, music, games, D&D. Find all of our links for all of our stuff. So with that being said, for me, for Cooch, for Genius, and for the DMJC. Peace, we out, bitches.